You know, I'm always thrilled to host the InVenture Prize because I could never do what you all do. I mean, it's the inventions that you come up with are incredible. Like you, Taylor, Clemson, right?
Yeah, go Tigers.
Yeah, what did you invent?
We have developed a novel ear tube design that will remove clogs to prevent additional surgeries for children.
I mean, fantastic. Jay, Pittsburgh? Yeah, what about you?
A scalable power storage device for areas with little to no access to electricity.
That is amazing. I could never come up with such great ideas.
Oh, come on. Sure you could, Faith. I bet you got a lot of good ideas.
I mean, maybe a couple. They're just random thoughts mostly. I could tell you about them if you want to hear.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's hear it.
Okay, thanks. Here's just a couple. Oh, glow-in-the-dark contact lenses. They're amazing. Musical GPS app, directions that sing, you know, like, turn right, you turn. Cat pajamas, it's sleepwear for hairless little kitties. Human yo-yos. Oh, my line of Gary Busey emojis. They're so toothy. Drive-through rehab centers, it's a chain. Shock collars for teenagers, because they just don't listen. Oh, yum, self-generating cheese. I'm still working out the kinks on that one. Oh, that's weird. Where'd they go? Guess they're getting ready for the show. Snake Charmer, a dating app for reptiles. Swipe left. Baby dentures? Oh, these are actually pretty good.
Live from the campus of the Georgia Institute of Technology, it's the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize. Get a glimpse of the future as students from across the Atlantic Coast Conference compete for $30,000 in prizes. Now, please welcome your host, Emmy Award winner, Faith Saley.
Thank you, and welcome to the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize. I'm thrilled to be back as your host and to witness firsthand all the amazing inventions and innovations created by the best collegiate minds in America. No matter who wins this year, I know we're in for quite a competition. And of course, tonight is not about winning and losing. I mean, I don't even care who I had in my bracket. The most important thing is that tonight, once again, we're looking at an all ACC Final Five. That's right. Yesterday, our 15 semifinalists representing every ACC school made their way to Atlanta and got right to work. In a preliminary round, a panel of judges narrowed the field to the 5 teams you'll meet momentarily. And in less than an hour, we will find out who goes home with first place, second place, and our People's Choice Award, totaling $30,000 in prize money. And now, to learn a little bit more about that, please help me welcome back my wonderful co-host, Ashley Mingwasser.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, and thanks, Faith. It is delightful to be back again for another year of ACC action. Later, I'll speak with representatives of tonight's finalists, but first, let's learn a little more about those prizes you mentioned, Faith. Tonight's first place winner will take home $15,000 to help bring their idea to market. Second place will also take home a check, this one for 10 G's. Our esteemed panel of judges will decide who those 2 teams will be, the first 2. However, the decision of who wins tonight's People's Choice Award, which comes with a check for $5,000, is the people's, as in it's up to you, our viewers. That's right. People watching at home, as well as here in our live audience, get to make that decision tonight, and here's how. We will open the People's Choice voting after all 5 of our finalists have presented. You'll be able to vote 1 time per device by texting your favorite team's keyword to 22333. You don't have to remember, I'll remind you again, or by visiting us online at pollev.com/InVenturePrize. I'll tell you what those keywords are after each presentation, and we will remind you again when the polls actually open. So make sure to watch out for that autocorrect, though, especially with those cell phones. Keywords have to be spelled exactly as they appear on our screens, otherwise they will not register, so be sure you type carefully. Again, I'll be mentioning those keywords throughout the night, but for now, I send it back to you, Faith.
Thanks, Ashley. Our judges are seated and ready to get started. We'll meet them in just a little bit, but first, let's kick things off with our first team of the evening from Duke University, Team New Run.
Hi, I'm Cade Netcher of Team New Run, and I've created a better way to prepare joggers and seasoned runners for the mental hurdles they encounter when participating in a road race event, such as a 5K, half marathon, and marathon. Each year, millions of road race participants around the world, despite their level of physical training, experience similar pain when it comes to mentally making their way through a course. New Run is giving anyone who wants to sign up for a road race the ability to walk up to the start line mentally equipped for the challenges ahead.
I'm excited to hear more. Team New Run, you're at the starting line.
Hi, my name is Cade, and I'm the founder and CEO of New Run. Right now, there are millions of people around the world training for a race. They're doing it for charitable causes, they're doing it for good health, to get a new personal record, or simply because their friend forced them to do it. Now, they're doing this training so that they have a strong start to finish. Yet, despite their physical training, despite their physical ability, all will face similar mental, psychological challenges when mentally going through the course. And that is because they've left their brain out of the equation. But you can't blame them, because this is all they have: a map with lines and dots on the page. This is a San Francisco Marathon, the largest tech city in the world, and all they get is, again, this map. And this is not useful for your brain at all. So what we do is we take this data, elevation data, mile markers, all this stuff, and turn it into something useful for your brain. New Run is a Yelp for racing events coupled with interactive virtual tours designed to mentally prepare you for race day. We help you find the perfect race for you and then take you through every part of the course, almost like Google Street View, but instead with high quality footage and with an interactive map on your phone. You can click on any part of the course, and then it'll take you to that point in the course. You'll know the elevation data, the water stations, the restrooms, everything you'd want to know about the race. Also, anytime you go to a race, there are a bunch of pacers. So if you go in with a 12-minute goal time, we'll connect you to the lead pacer in that group, along with everyone else in that similar pace group. And then you can mentally prepare for the race together. And then when you get to race day, you know everyone else around you, and you can overcome these challenges with different people from different backgrounds together. Our business model is quite simple. We are a part of the race package. Race tickets cost anywhere from $50 to $250 each. We increase the race ticket by $2 to make this available to everyone. And we also will allow people to register for the race right through our app. And that way we would collect a 6.25% registration service fee plus $1.25 on every ticket. We've had great traction so far, partnered with major races around the world, and with my initial $81K in funding, we've been able to hire some of the best talent across the country, and even have partnered with top sports psychologists in the world, such as the head sports psychologist of the Boston Marathon. In this way, we're able to leverage the latest neuroscience research in order to incorporate this into our platform. In that way, New Run will be a platform where anyone who uses it will be mentally equipped for any challenges they face on race day. Thank you.
You finished strong. I feel like you carbo loaded tonight. Nice. Let's let the judges take it away. Sri, do you want to start?
I'd love to. Great idea, Cade. So I guess the big challenge that stares you in the face is just your scale-up strategy.
Yes.
With the number of races just in the US alone.
Yes.
How do you become the go-to platform for people who want to race?
Yes. So we have streamlined our filming process to where we can actually hire contract workers, send them the equipment of different companies we partnered with, and we can actually collect hundreds of courses really quickly at a low cost. And we've partnered with the races to where we can film before the race starts, an hour or two, and where all the roads are shut down, so we get clear footage without any cars. And we've partnered with many major races, so we trickle down from first working with the top races and then to the smaller races.
Yeah, I noticed that there's some equipment manufacturers, exercise equipment manufacturers,
Yes.
who are bringing the virtual race to their equipment.
Yes.
How do you differ from them?
Yes, so we are actually leveraging technology that has come out in the past 5 to 6 months, and we've partnered with new electric scooter companies that we use in order to exchange publicity with, so we get the scooters for free, and we are able to leverage that in our filming process.
Tammy?
Yeah, so you have 17 million registered users
Yes.
for races, and
Yes.
you are making $2 off of the transaction. So
Yes.
it would be 34 million
Correct.
a year in the US. So
Correct.
how do you make that $1 billion company?
Yes, yes, I'm glad you asked that question. So that is just the start. The registration fee, the 6.25% on those tickets generates a lot of revenue, such as with the if we did the New York City Marathon, those tickets are $250 with 50,000 participants. If we took over the registration process for them, that would be about $800,000 annually for that race alone. In addition to that, we want to expand. When you sign up for a race, you have to buy plane tickets, you have to find hotels, restaurants. We want to expand and incorporate the whole experience. Not only that, we want to focus on the spectating experience also, getting them on our platform to where you could track runners, where they are. There's technology that's out there like that, but this time you have a visual of where they are, and we can design them, give them what cheers to say, depending on where they are, based on the latest neuroscience, kind of saying, oh, if you're at this point, you should cheer here. So we're incorporating more than just the 17 million road runners in the US alone.
We've got about 20 seconds for another question.
Yeah, are you going to use an existing social platform, or are you going to build that up as well?
We're just incorporating that into our platform we have now.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you use do you suggest any music with this app to run to?
Yeah, so that's another thing. Because we're using the latest neuroscience, we could say, this is the best time, during this part of the course, you should listen to this type of music.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Team New Run. And thank you, judges. Now let's go back to Ashley, who's standing by with someone close to Team New Run. Ashley?
Yes, Faith, and we're off. I'm here with Hardy Faison, a Hardy supporter, as school representative from Duke, here to support New Run. That's keyword N-E-U-R-U-N. Save that for later in the show. Hardy, let's say someone theoretical, not necessarily me, of course, is designed more for the sidelines than the finish line. Can a spectator also benefit from New Run technology?
Yes, that's a great question. So the beautiful thing about the app is that it provides everyone with an interactive map. So even if you're just a spectator, it's a great opportunity to find places to actually watch the race and give people the support when they need it most.
Okay, great. So I imagine runners reach certain points in their run where they could use more crowd support, and they can find those locations through New Run.
Correct, and I think New Run's a great app to do that. And I think whether you're someone who's doing a race, looking to support a race, or looking to train to think about doing your first race, this is an app that everyone needs to consider using.
Thanks, Hardy. I'll leave the training to the pros. Do not run from this invention, people. To make New Run your choice for the People's Choice vote later when the polls open, not yet, you'll text keyword N-E-U-R-U-N to 22333. We'll tell you when. Okay, Faith, back to the races.
Thanks, Ashley. Before we meet our second finalist of the evening, let's take a moment to learn a little something about the experts who are tasked with tonight's biggest decision, our judges. Our first judge began her career in the e-commerce industry, working with heavy hitters like Walmart Labs and Amazon, and she's currently a special advisor to NFX Guild, and previously a partner at 500 Startups, as well as creator of Action Factory. Please welcome back for her second year, Tammy Camp. And an executive with 28 years of experience in cultivating successful products and businesses, which tells you why he's on our panel. He's formerly with IBM, now with United Technologies Corporation. Sri Divakaruni. And our final judge this evening is known for his work in the field of design. Formerly with companies including HP Philips and Nokia, he's now the Senior Director of Industrial Design with a little company called Coca-Cola. Please welcome Damian Mycroft. Thank you all for joining us, and it's important to point out that none of our judges has an affiliation with any ACC school. You've never even heard of them, making them a perfectly unbiased panel of experts to objectively evaluate our 5 finalists. And now, let's put them back to work as we meet our second team of the evening from Virginia Tech, Team Tech Wound Solutions.
Hi, we're Tech Wound Solutions. Across the United States, 6.5 million chronic wound care patients lack a true gold standard treatment to heal their wounds. We aim to disrupt the market using an unconventional approach and set a new gold standard for chronic wound care treatment with our topical advanced wound care dressing. Care Powder is going to change the way people view chronic wound treatments. With the technology we're incorporating, we're ready to take Care Powder to the market.
All right, Team Tech Wound Solutions, you're up.
Good evening. We are Tech Wound Solutions. My name is Tucker. I'm here with Kim, Liz, and Jules, and we are seeking to commercialize our product Care Powder based on IP held by Virginia Tech. According to published studies, we know that most wounds are infected. However, doctors don't usually treat them until they reach the point of being clinically infected. It's a huge issue for 3 reasons. First, When they reach this point, wounds are a lot harder to treat, especially in patients with other comorbidities. Second, greatly increases our healthcare costs. And third, most products on the market today are relatively ineffective. We're here to prevent that with Care Powder. Care Powder does everything a normal wound care product does. It covers and conforms to the wound, as well as managing moisture, but it goes above and beyond by treating the infected wound with a stealth antimicrobial approach. Care Powder employs a Trojan horse technology. It's made of keratin proteins, and these proteins are broken down by enzymes called keratinases. Bacteria will naturally produce keratinases, but human cells do not. So only a contaminated wound will trigger the release of the antibiotic. Care Powder enters the wound as a Trojan horse, killing the bacteria and sparing healthy human cells. Now, most companies in this market fall into the 510K trap of a cheaper regulatory pathway to only commercialize another Me Too product. This has resulted in a lack of innovation in the highly fragmented wound care market, where not a single company has greater than 10% market share. Unlike them, we plan to follow an FDA pre-market approval pathway. This will allow us to gain substantial clinical evidence that Care Powder is not just another Me Too product, but the best product for wound care. With this approach, we will require approximately $550,000 to complete our IDE application and reach our next milestone, where we have identified an investor to help fund clinical trials. These will be completed by 2020, and we'll begin 2021 with 2% market share, representing $27 million in sales. Thereafter, we expect 5 and 10% market share, representing $71 and $149 million in sales. Net revenue in 2025 is projected at $570 million. Care Powder is an innovative technology and a revolutionary approach to commercialization, leading to a disruptive product that will produce remarkable outcomes for our patients and exceptional returns to our investors. Thank you for your time, and our team's happy to answer any questions.
Well done, thank you. I know you guys are really smart, but you know you spelled care wrong, right? Okay, they have better questions. Tammy?
So it seems like staph infections are really big issues in hospital these days. Like, how will this be able to decrease that?
Well, our product is more for chronic wounds and infections in those. So yes, we would be able to treat staph infection, but that is technically not our target market. We are more for people with comorbidities that have an issue with healing wounds with their comorbidity, and they can't close their wounds. So Care Powder.
Can you explain what comorbidity means?
So someone that might have diabetes or another illness that will have trouble healing wounds.
Thank you.
And one part to add on that is Care Powder is highly tunable. So if you need to up the concentration of antibiotic or use a different antibiotic, you will be able to.
Sri?
Well thought out strategy, so congrats to the team. I note that your intellectual property is actually protected and belongs to Virginia Tech. What's your strategy to strike the right balance between protecting your IP, but at the same time exposing yourself to review and test by your peers? So
our intellectual property is held by Virginia Tech. So to access this intellectual property, we plan to have a licensing or options agreement.
So it sounds like you've covered a lot of the bases. Seems like a really solid business case and scientific basis. But are there any expertise that you feel your team need to add to succeed?
So we formed together as a team last semester while we were in a bio and entrepreneurship class, and we have been advised by a great man that's helped us with this IP, as well as guided us through the entire process of what we should do and how we should take it to the market. What is great is that we are ready to learn more, and from that we know that we're going to come on to different obstacles along this course to be able to reach that goal at 2025. We are ready to meet with more scientists to understand how to make sure that we can manufacture this at a greater scale to reach a greater amount of people.
How is it applied and how does it not wash off?
So that's a great question. So because your wound is already moist, when you apply this powder, it actually congeals to the wound because of the moisture that's already there.
Does anyone else have a question?
Yeah, your distribution plan, how do you plan on getting into hospitals?
We're looking into partnering with distributors, especially those specialize in healthcare and wound care, as well as potential partnerships with companies. So some of the big players in our market are guys like J&J and Smith & Nephew, as well as looking into some of the smaller players like Convatec or Dimmer Sciences.
And that's your time. Thank you, Team Tech Wound Solutions. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And thank you, judges. Insightful questions, as always. Now, I believe Ashley has some questions of her own for a fan of Team Tech Wound Solutions. Ashley?
That's right, Faith. This particular fan is David Caravati, an advisor with the Apex Center for Entrepreneurship at Virginia Tech. And just a heads up that the keyword for Team Tech Wound Solutions is TW Solutions, or T-Dubs, as I'm calling it tonight. Yes. David, I'm thinking of the common everyday mishaps that one sometimes faces in life: falling off of a bike and skidding your knee, maybe burning your forehead with a hot styling tool. Is this product suitable for those sorts of mishaps, or not really? What would you advise?
That's a great question, Ashley. Actually, for a wound like this, Neosporin might be a better option. Tech Wound Solutions provides more of a chronic wound care solution for people who can't heal wounds for themselves. So people who are more used to maybe needing training wheels not taking off their bike, or maybe using a flat iron a little bit too more usefully. I think it's going to be Neosporin as a better option for that.
Okay, so this one's too much of a heavy hitter. Got it.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too much of a heavy hitter for your basic wound care needs.
Okay, fine. I'm guessing that's a no for emotional wounds as well then. Bummer. Thanks a lot, David. All right, what better way to send Tech Wound Solutions some healing energy, folks, than with a People's Choice vote? So when the polls open later, text keyword TW Solutions with an S to 22333. Who's next on the exam table, Faith?
Ashley, I'll give you a hug when the show's over. Earlier, I offered a very brief overview of how tonight's finalists made it to our stage tonight, but for a more in-depth look at all the teams in this year's ACC competition and the journey they've been on for the past several months, I invite you to travel with me down the road to the ACC InVenture Prize.
Students participating in the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize began their journey months ago as all 15 schools held their own competitions. More than 4,000 students participated in those early events, deciding the 46 who made the trip to the conference-wide competition in Atlanta. After arriving just yesterday, these students barely had time to get their feet on the ground before getting right to work.
I'm Tucker, and this is Safe Bright.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and this is Nico, and we are here to introduce Launderfy.
We're MedTrack, a solution that uses mounted smart devices and Bluetooth beacons to fundamentally change the way hospitals work.
It was here that judges representing all 15 ACC schools dug down deep to determine who they thought was most deserving of a spot in tonight's final round.
Great, so let's start with the technology.
Have you thought about other revenue streams?
What's the big problem that this is going to solve?
These judges narrowed the field from 15 teams to just 5.
Duke University, Neuron, Virginia Tech, Tech Wound Solutions, Georgia Tech, Cautery Guard, the University of Virginia, Agrospheres, Syracuse University, Fresh U.
And now, the ultimate decision is up to tonight's panel. It's they who will soon decide who will win the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize.
So as you see, it's been a long road to tonight's stage. So let's not keep our next team waiting any longer. From Georgia Tech, let's meet Team Cautery Guard.
We're Team Cautery Guard. Electrocautery devices are surgical tools that utilize very high temperature to remove unwanted tissue and to stop bleeding.
In the last year alone, 83% of chief of surgeries experienced some form of self-inflicted injury. Cautery Guard eliminates this. We met with medical professionals to explore the possibility of improving the device's safety and usability. We hope to take it to market and start saving lives with Cautery Guard.
Okay, Team Cautery Guard, the stage is yours.
4 million times a year, surgeons use electrocautery devices in order to remove tissue and to stop bleeding. These devices are used in procedures as simple as removing blood blisters to as complex as open heart surgery. Let me show you how current electrocautery devices function. When surgeons use electrocautery devices, the tip heats up to 1200 degrees Celsius. And even after use, this exposed tip stays dangerously hot. Hot enough for them to burn themselves, burn their patients, and start 500 fires in the operating room every single year. Enough injuries occur because of this device, they actually have their own term of art, electrocautery burns. In fact, this is such an issue, the Association of Surgical Technologists had to create a policy for cautery use. Current device manufacturers even identify the risks of these injuries in their own safety and training videos, but they offer no solution. A year and a half ago, we came up with 30 different ways of tackling this serious problem, and eventually stumbled upon the simplest solution: automatic retractability. And from there, Cautery Guard was born. Cautery Guard's core function is similar to current devices, but incorporates a much-needed safety feature. The novelty of the patent-pending Cautery Guard is how it turns on when extended and automatically retracts when not in use, which prevents any contact from occurring with the surgeon, the patient, or any flammable material. Since winning the GT InVenture Prize, we've found new applications, received 18 letters of intent, and been cold called over 30 times in the last 2 weeks alone, asking when the Cautery Guard will be available. There's such an interest in our device, we are already taking orders that need to be filled. Current devices cost $4.50 to manufacture and are sold in boxes of 20 at a price of $25 per unit. And it turns out Cautery Guard could do the same at a manufacturing cost of $5.30. And while this specific device is used 4 million times a year, representing a $100 million target market, there are actually over 250 million surgeries around the world per year that use some form of cautery. And we hope to adapt and expand the innovation of the Cautery Guard to this much larger $5.7 billion global market. We've already worked with a patent attorney in performing a prior art evaluation, and he assessed the Cautery Guard to be patentable with the freedom to operate. Winning the ACC InVenture Prize would give us enough capital to finish the FDA 510(k) approval process and quickly enter the market with safer, simpler surgery. And now we'd love for you to take a closer look at one of our finished units. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, guys, things are clearly heating up. Judges, what kind of questions do you have for Team Cautery Guard? Damien, do you want to start, since you've got it in your hand?
Yeah.
Don't burn three.
Yeah, this is interesting. Are there any downsides to, obviously there's a benefit there, but are there any trade-offs that have happened in terms of maybe cost, complexity, reliability?
So there's a slight increase in the manufacturing cost, and that is because of the added components. There are a few more components in the internal mechanism. However, Dr. Jeremy Ackerman, emergency department surgeon at Grady and Emory here in Atlanta, stated that the device is simple, it's comparable to the current device, and he actually said that the tactile feel that the sliding mechanism gave him is preferable to the current market device.
Sri?
Great idea, team. Well done. Looking ahead, I'm just curious if there are some regulatory issues that you can actually influence to be able to create a wider adoption. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a wonderful idea, but a small market in the US. Any thoughts, any color you can shed on that?
So I actually worked for a regulatory affairs department doing FDA 510Ks, working on PMAs, Class 1 devices as well, and we believe that there's going to be no issues passing our 510K approval for this device. Moving internationally, there are obviously country-dependent regulatory standards that we'll have to contend with. However, our patent covers the mechanism of our device itself, and so it can be easily applied to not just an electrocautery pen, but electrosurgical devices in general.
Tammy?
Yeah, so you guys have 18 letters of intent. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little more about there? Like who actually put in these letters of intent? Are they hospitals? Are they physicians themselves?
Absolutely. So one of the directors at Northside Hospitals actually reached out to us and said that he wants our device in his hospitals and wants to work with us to bring it into all of his hospitals that are under his management. Another, an orthodontist, actually reached out to us independently and said that these devices would be perfect for frenectomies and gingivectomies, and he gave us great usages for dentist offices and oral surgeons.
We've got about 20 seconds left. Anybody?
I'm just curious on having to push that button forwards the whole time. Does that interfere with the dexterity that the surgeon might have?
So because this device is used in very pinpoint applications, it's not a sliding or a cutting motion. It's used as a spot treatment that does not actually affect how it's used. It actually makes it easier to use it in confined spaces because you no longer have to worry about that tip when the device is retracted.
I'm sorry, there's time for one more question. I didn't mean to burn your time. Sorry, guys.
pre-orders? You mentioned you had pre-orders. Like, what's the revenue?
So right now, we're looking at smaller clinical sites first, because those are easier for us to approach individually. And each clinical site for, say, a dentist office orders about 600 per year. However, oral surgeons inside outpatient facilities order about 6,000 per year. Within Atlanta, there are about 25 of those alone.
And that's your time. Thank you. Thank you. I know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Team Cautery Guard. The hard part is over for you, but let's check with Ashley, who's got questions for someone close to Cautery Guard.
Thanks, Faith. As a note, Cautery Guard's keyword is cautery, C-A-U-T-E-R-Y. Remember that for later. I'm here with Camille Magnesia, the Design Lab Coordinator for Team Cautery Guard. Camille, 2 weeks ago, Cautery Guard won the Georgia Tech InVenture Prize to qualify for this show. And I should add, for the audience's benefit, that presentation included a video of the team cauterizing a hot dog. So I'm just curious, what have the developments been for Team Cautery Guard in these past 2 weeks between, then and now, today?
Yeah. Over the past few weeks, the biggest outcome's really been the show of support. Over 30 new contacts have reached out to Cautery Guard directly, and they're not only expressing interest, but they're also offering assistance, which is very encouraging. In addition,
just hold that thing away from me.
Oh, sorry. In addition, from surgeons to orthodontists, as well as to Georgia Tech alumni, we're all very excited for Cautery Guard, and we're reaching out by email, phone, LinkedIn, as well as through Facebook via @CauteryGuard.
Thank you so much, Camille. That's very helpful. So if burned hot dogs are all it took to get that sort of success, you guys should come to my summer barbecues. Fans of this hot invention are going to text keyword cautery to 22333 later in the show when we announce that the People's Choice polls have opened. So we'll stand by for that. Back to you for now, Faith.
We are more than halfway through tonight's presentation, so let's keep things moving with our next competitors from University of Virginia. It's Team Agrospheres.
Hi, we're Team Agrospheres, and we've solved the pesticide problem. Every year, millions of people around the world are poisoned by pesticides, which lead to horrible side effects and even death. Additionally, billions of dollars are lost due to pesticide contamination of crops and bodies of water. Unfortunately, there's currently not a product on the market that is able to safely and efficiently degrade pesticides. Agrospheres provides a revolutionary approach to the pesticide problem faced by millions of people every day, and we're happy to provide them with a solution.
Okay, Team Agrospheres, take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Payam, this is Amir and Joey, and we're putting off our dream of going to medical school because we get the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work for a company we founded. At Agrospheres, we develop unique biotech solutions to degrade and remove pesticides. I'd like to introduce you to our good friend Bill Tompkins, the manager of Veritas Winery in Charlottesville, Virginia. He works hard every day to produce the wine we love, but he has a pesticide problem. To spray or not to spray? That's because pesticides come with regulations called pre-harvest intervals. This mandates that when you apply a pesticide, you have to wait a certain interval of time before you can harvest your crops. Well, if the pesticide of choice is a 2-week interval and a storm comes in 8 days, all Bill can do is sit back and pray that nothing happens to his grapes. And sometimes he can lose up to half of his grapes due to unforeseen weather and pests. And on top of these economic repercussions, he has to worry about his workers coming into contact with these toxins every day. Amir, do you have a solution for Bill?
Yes, Payam. Agrospheres has invented a novel bioparticle in the form of a spray that can target and degrade these pesticides into non-toxic byproducts. This invention has been recognized by the National Inventors Hall of Fame as the 2016 Undergraduate Invention of the Year. We have talked to over 50 vineyards, and in partnership with the Virginia Wine Board, we conducted several field trials with a commonly used pesticide called malathion. This pesticide by itself takes at least 7 days to degrade into the byproducts. However, ladies and gentlemen, when we tested this with our spray, we degraded it completely from grapes, leaves, and runoff in just 4 hours. We have engaged a top pesticide producing company, and with their support and distribution channels, we believe we can target the top 5 wine producing nations of the world, which hold 8.5 million acres. And if we price this at $100 per acre, we have a market opportunity of $850 million in viticulture alone. Payam, can you walk us through our competition?
Thanks, Amir. We do not have any direct competitors, but there are some indirect forms of competition in alternative crop protection and alternative spraying methods. Moving to intellectual property, we've converted our provisional into a non-provisional and seek to file 3 to 5 more provisional patents to build a robust patent portfolio on our platform technology. And for the regulatory side, since our product was novel, we had to work with the USDA, FDA, and EPA. And with their guidance, we have been directed to the FDA to work under the food contact notification. This is a great process because it's 120 days for approval, but also grants us exclusive access to the certification we receive. Although this is a wonderful economic opportunity, the true gain is the social and health impact. We hope to spread our product to developing countries that lack the regulations to protect their citizens from these residual pesticides. With your help, judges, we can revolutionize the future of agriculture. Thank you.
All right, I'll drink to that. Judges, Sri, do you want to start with questions for Team Agrospheres?
Great job. Pretty impressive. It just seems to get better and better. I get back to regulatory compliance. I mean, is there anything that you know of today that's forcing farmers to essentially come up with non-toxic derivatives to the use of pesticide? What's the forcing function?
So there are alternative crop protection methods that are being in process. They're made from plant waste or whatever, but that's 5 to 7 years away. And then there are biopesticides, especially on the East Coast where there's a lot of humidity and variability in the weather. Farmers can't really use alternative measures because they need to use pesticides. And we just want to make that process easier on them.
Damien?
Yeah, I was just curious about the cost of applying, doing another spraying in terms of labor and maybe the cost of the actual chemical. Can you talk me through how that might affect the business for the farmer?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, it integrates into the existing spraying system, but you're right, the extra labor cost of spraying these on would be an added factor. However, due to the inherent nature of our bioparticle, we can produce this even cheaper than pesticides. So they sell pesticides between $500 to $2,000 per acre per year. This is for all of it. And even at $100 per acre, right now at lab, we can produce this at less than $10 for an acre's amount. And then we just dilute it in the same water they dilute this in.
Right. In terms of your distribution strategy, I know you kind of glossed over it. And if your partner fell through, what's your backup plan?
I'm glad you asked that. We have some backups in place, so we've contacted multiple contract manufacturing organizations to price out our product. And since we use a microbe to make our bioparticle, we made sure that these CMOs are very efficient at using our bioparticle, packaging them, and helping us with the distribution.
Sri? Yeah.
Great job starting with grapes, but you probably know the tomatoes are actually twice as lucrative as grapes, right, as a cash crop. So is your technology transportable to use the tomatoes as well?
Yes, absolutely. And the reason for us choosing wine as the first industry is because due to our location, it was close by, and these wine producers, they place a very close eye on their grapes. They check Brix, pH, and all this stuff because they really care about the final product. So convincing them was much easier. However, we've also started working with apple orchards, and expanding to these other fruit produce is definitely on our radar once we establish a base.
About 20 seconds left.
Yeah, just maybe an obvious question. Does it get around the regulation that's in place, the PHI regulation?
The goal is not to get around a regulation, so when we work with the EPA and FDA, they will say, okay, the pre-harvest interval with this pesticide is this standard, but if you were to use Agrospheres, it is now reduced by 3 days or 4 days.
And that's your time.
Yeah,
Thank
the goal
you.
is to comply.
Thank you for your questions, judges. We have one team still waiting to present. Oh, sorry, let's give you guys a round of applause. We have one team still waiting to present, but first let's hear from one of Team Agrospheres' biggest supporters. Ashley, whom do you have with you?
Thanks, Faith. I'm here with Team Agrospheres, Agros, A-G-R-O-S. Say it with me.
Agros.
Agros, that's their keyword later. Their interviewee is a repeat on this show, and his name is Alex Zaretta. Welcome back, Alex. He's the coordinator for student entrepreneurs with the engineering school at UVA. So, Alex, my ears perked up when I heard that the team services wineries in Charlottesville. That is, I'm sure we can all agree, an important job. What is the process like when they go into these vineyards?
So, they head to the vineyard, they get to know the farmer. They, get to go check out the grapes on the vineyard. They do some science, and then they sample some wine. And I'd say they're pretty much experts on which are the best wines on the East Coast at this point.
have to be talking to them after the show. That's fantastic, Alex. Thank you. No one really wants to drink the grapes of wrath, so it's good to get rid of those pesticides. Am I right? Okay. When the polls open, you're going to text keyword AGROS, A-G-R-O-S,
AGROS,
cheerleader, to 22333 to make this pesticide fighter your pick for the People's Choice Award. So how about a glass of wine, Faith?
Definitely, after the show. And that brings us to our last team of the evening from Syracuse University, Team Fresh U.
Hi, I'm Kate Beckman from Team Fresh U, and I've created a way to connect companies with Generation Z. Born between 1996 and 2010, Gen Z makes up 25% of the U.S. population and contributes $44 billion to the economy. Gen Z is extremely entrepreneurial and cares deeply about their impact on the planet. The issue is that this generation has a different set of characteristics from millennials, and brands don't understand how to reach them. Fresh U is ready to bridge the gap between companies and a generation that's going to change the world.
All right, Team Fresh U, your time begins now.
Hi, my name is Kate Beckman, and I'm the CEO and founder of Fresh U, a national online publication for college freshmen that gives companies access to Generation Z. Fresh U grew out of an idea I had the first day of classes, my freshman year of college. When I came to Syracuse University, I realized there was no outlet for freshmen to write about the transition from high school to college life, and no place for them to have a leadership role in editorial. So I launched a for freshmen by freshman publication, my first year of college, and eventually grew that publication to a national one, Fresh U. While developing this business and growing our writer base, I realized that Fresh U's core audience was made up of an emerging demographic, Generation Z. Born between 1996 and 2010, Gen Z makes up 25% of the US population. They contribute $44 billion to the economy, and they influence $600 billion worth of family spending. While this generation might seem similar to their millennial predecessor, they actually have a completely unique set of characteristics, including that they lack brand loyalty, and they are extremely skeptical of large corporations. Because of this, large companies are struggling to understand how to effectively reach Gen Z and their immense spending power. Because Fresh U's readers and writers are college freshmen, we are able to tap into the pulse of Generation Z and give companies the kind of access that they're looking for. Fresh U has an audience of 80,000 unique monthly visitors. We reach over 500,000 people a month on Facebook, and we have 300 nationally distributed Gen Z creators. We're in a media partnership with Teen Vogue, which involves syndication as well as original content creation. We are working on a back-to-school branded partnership with one of the country's largest retailers, specifically tailored toward Gen Z's consumer habits. And we are also in conversation with two multi-million-dollar media conglomerates about our ability to provide access and insights into Generation Z. It's these partnerships and our audience that makes up our diversified revenue model, including advertising, content creation, and insights. But what's next for Fresh U? Well, we already have our own custom-built content management system. We are working on expanding our technology to streamline our process of collecting and delivering data and qualitative insights into Gen Z to the companies that we work with. Fresh U started solely as a publication for college freshmen, but we have grown to so much more than that. We believe we can be a premier provider of Gen Z insights, not only by providing data, but by allowing companies to understand the people that make up this generation. Thank you.
Thank you. Gen Z sounds like a generation of nappers, but you've been very busy. No. Who wants to start? Damien, do you have questions for Team Fresh U?
I'll give it a go. It sounds like there's a lot of information and data being gathered throughout this platform, and I'm wondering what level of granularity that gets down to. So is it geographic, demographic, or the individual themselves?
Yeah, so right now the kind of data that we're able to collect with the technology we have is qualitative data. So that's the ages, the sex, the gender, the school that these students go to, so geographical, who they are. We're also able to collect qualitative insights like what they major in, what they're interested in. So our qualitative data gathering really stems from those contributors that we have that are nationally distributed. They're basically a ready-made, vetted focus group.
Tammy?
Sure. This is great. Congratulations on your success so far. How much revenue do you have so far?
Yeah, so actually up until about 3 months ago, we were solely focused on an advertising-driven business model for the purpose that freshmen are an extremely impressionable consumer base. So that's when they make brand loyalty decisions. That's when you decide what bank you're going to go to, where you want to buy your dorm decor. So we were very focused on an advertising revenue model, and we did generate some deals with companies, but due to the limitations on size, because to have an advertising revenue, you need to have immense scale. We aren't able to cover our monthly costs yet, but that's why in the past 3 months we have shifted to the revenue model of providing insights and content creation, and we haven't yet generated significant revenue for that because that will come from monetizing the partnerships that are in the works right now.
Sri?
Very impressive, Kate. So share with us your thoughts about how you're thinking about anonymizing some of the data so you can actually maintain the privacy of the users around which you're collecting them, because the people paying you, there's a clear tension in the system. And so talk to us about that.
Yeah, and that's why the qualitative insights are really important, by the fact that those would be those ready-made focus groups and surveys that would be completely opt-in. And then for the kind of data that we'd be looking at, that would be looking at what kind of content resonates with this audience. So really looking at what are people spending the most time reading, what are people sharing the most. So that's the kind of data that we could glean from our articles, and that's just in the terms of service that you agree to when you're reading a website. So that's why our focus on qualitative insights is really important to us, because especially because Gen Z is so built on trust, and if you break that trust, you're going to lose the focus and the trust of that generation. So that's why we do have a big focus on those qualitative insights and that opt-in ability.
And that's your time. Perfectly done. Let's hear it for Team Fresh U. And before I hand things back to Ashley, we're going to let our judges head backstage so as to maximize their decision-making window. Judges, I send you off so you can live up to your title. And while you get started, we'll visit again with my lovely co-host to learn a little more about Team Fresh U. Ashley?
Thanks, Faith. I'm here with Team Fresh U, that's F-R-E-S-H, the letter U, when it's time to vote, Linda Dickerson-Hartsock, Syracuse entrepreneurship faculty, and the proud mother to a Gen Z student. Linda, when my generation was in college, our campus publication featured topics like how to improve the menu in the dining hall, what to wear to the spring formal. So what are the 300 plus contributors writing about on this platform?
Oh, this is a really smart, savvy group that's writing about everything from how to be a thought leader to people who inspire them, to political and social issues that challenge them, to environmental trends, to the basic, everyday, quirky experiences that go into this new chapter of their life, being a college student. So for them, it's really their playbook, the how-tos of life. For the rest of us, it's a great window of insight into this new generation, which is the biggest market force in the United States.
Wow, sounds incredibly incisive and fresh. Thank you, Linda. To support Team Fresh U, you're going to text keyword F-R-E-S-H and the letter U to 22333. And with that said, the moment we've all been waiting for, we can officially open tonight's People's Choice voting. For a reminder of all of our keywords, we will go back once again to our host, Faith Saley. Faith.
Thanks, Ashley. And yes, now that our final team is presented, voting is officially open for this year's People's Choice Award. So to vote, you can either text your favorite team's keyword to 22333, or you can vote online at pollev.com/InVenturePrize. And let's review those keywords one more time. To vote for Team New Run to win the People's Choice Award, text New Run, N-E-U-R-U-N, to 22333. To vote for Team Tech Wound Solutions, text TW Solutions to 22333. If you want to see Team Cautery Guard take home the prize, the keyword is Cautery, C-A-U-T-E-R-Y. If you want to vote for Team Agrospheres, that keyword is Agros, A-G-R-O-S. Again, texting it to 22333. And finally, if you'd like to see Team Fresh U win this year's People's Choice Award, text Fresh U, just the letter U, to 22333. And be sure and watch out for that pesky autocorrect when you're texting those keywords. They must be spelled exactly as they are on screen or your vote will not register. And remember, you can only vote once per device. Voting won't stay open for long, so cast your vote now. And the winner of our People's Choice Award will take home $5,000 to help them bring their invention to the world. And we will have those results for you shortly. So, well, you continue to vote on every device you can find, including maybe the microwave that's been spying on you. My co-host can be found backstage, where we will learn more about the 10 semifinalists who competed in last night's preliminary round. Ashley?
We like that one, Faith. That's right, if only intelligence worked by osmosis, because I am surrounded by the best brains of the ACC right now, and I can say, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a privilege. I'd love to share with our audience your school, your invention, and anything that they can maybe do to help support your journey to market. So I'll start over here with Pitt.
We're University of Pittsburgh. Our company's Monarch Solar, and we've developed a scalable power storage device for areas with little to no access to electricity. You can find us at monarchsolar.io.
Very nicely done. Putter.
We're Putter from Wake Forest University. We create and serve 3D models of golf greens by drone, and we can project the correct path to your putt. And if you want to eliminate those 3 putts, find us at Putter Golf on Facebook, and there's no E in that.
Thanks for that note. Sounds like a hole-in-one to me. Okay, MedTrack.
Hey, we're Team MedTrack from NC State. We've developed a solution to track hand washing compliance in hospitals using beacons and smart devices. If you're interested in collaborating with our project or helping us out in any other way, you can reach us out at medtrack, medtraq @gmail.com.
Thank you. Very specific. Spartan Shield.
Hi there, we're from the University of Louisville, Go Cards, and we developed an innovative multi-solar panel mounting system that's able to collapse down to the size of 4 solar panels to the size of 1. And if you want to help us out, give us some money. But right now we're still in the prototyping phase. Thank you.
Very blunt. Auroclear. Let's go quick, guys.
We're Auroclear from Clemson, and we developed a novel ear tube that removes clogs, so to predict additional surgeries for children. And if you want to support us, you can look us up on Facebook at Auroclear Clemson.
Thank you. I'm going to change sides here. SafeBright.
Hey, we're Team SafeBright from Florida State University, and make a smart streetlight system. And if you want to check out our website, safebright.com.
Excellent. Do I have Clean Swipe? No Clean Swipe back here. Okay, Busways.
Hi, we're Team Busways from Boston College. Go Eagles. We developed a system to allow parents to receive real-time notifications when their children get on and off the school bus, and allow schools to cut costs in transportation. If you want Busways in your school, contact us at busways.net.
Thank you. Laundrify, last one, 10 seconds.
Hi, we're Team Laundrify, and we're from UNC Chapel Hill. We've created a small moisture detecting device that goes inside a dryer, and it helps students be able to more efficiently do their laundry process. You can find us, we made a GoFundMe page, Laundrify Venture.
So go fund them. Thanks to these top 10 semifinalists, and a reminder that voting for this year's People's Choice winner has officially closed, but there's one more thing to accomplish back here before we send it back to you, Faith. And that semifinalist is a slow clap. Please join me. Get us started. Slowly build. Keep it going. All right, Faith. Do we know who we're gonna choose yet for the Adventure Prize? Back to you.
Okay, wow, we are getting close now because our judges have returned. You are obviously ready, and we're obviously ready. There are trophies on the stage, so let's welcome back our finalists. Here they are, and judges, will you please join me? Also joining us on stage to help present tonight's trophies is David Parek, Corporate Vice President, Research and Director of United Technologies Research Center, or UTRC for short. UTRC is generously sponsoring tonight's first place prize. Thank you for joining us, David. Okay, are we ready? David, may I have the People's Choice Award, please? Thank you. All right, the sound of Velcro. All right. And the winner of the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize People's Choice Award and a check for $5,000 is Cautery Guard from Georgia Tech. Congratulations. And now it's time to announce our second place winner, who will also be taking home a check, this one for $10,000. David, thank you. And the runner-up of the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize is Tech Wound Solutions. And now, it is my pleasure to announce our first place winner, who will take home a check for $15,000 sponsored by United Technologies Research Center. The winner of the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize is Team Agrospheres. And your school is? University of Virginia. And that does it for the 2017 ACC Congratulations once again to our People's Choice winner, Cautery Guard, to our second place winner, Tech Wound Solutions, and to the 2017 ACC InVenture Prize winner, Agrospheres. Congratulations once again to all of tonight's finalists or semi-finalists who also competed here in Atlanta, and more than the 4,000 students across the ACC who entered tonight's competition. You are what makes this conference great. And of course, thanks to our judges, my co-host, Ashley Mingwasser, and all the people who put this competition together. And remember, there may not be an I in team, but every accomplishment has an ACC. Good night. Guys, congratulations.
Funding for this program was made possible in part by the Atlantic Coast Conference Academic Consortium, United Technologies Research Center, Boston College, Clemson University, Duke University, Florida State University, the Georgia Institute of Technology, University of Louisville, North Carolina State University, the University of Notre Dame, the University of Pittsburgh, Syracuse University, the University of Miami, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, the University of Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest University.